Coffee and Convo, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody here in the building. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. I see my Planet Raiders brother, man. Kane Town, Federal, man. Primos, Sean, Top Beast, 89 Raiders, Soul Sassin, man. Shout out to everybody rocking with me. I know this is pretty early on the West Coast. Wanted to do my Coffee and Convo at a regular time. You know what I mean? And just shoot the shit with the nation. Today, you guys, it is official. Football is officially back. Our rookies have reported to training camp today. We officially are back. I don't think y'all understand this. We are officially back. Let's get it, man. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with me. Salute. Let me know where you guys are watching right now. What city, what state? Are you at work? You at home? You at your girlfriends, the wives, that's the side chick? Where are you? Let me know down in the comments section where you are and where you are viewing the show this morning. We got to talk about this, man, because I'm seeing a lot of stuff now, right? I'm seeing a lot of stuff. It's actually funny to me. How many people are acting as though they landed on Plymouth Rock with this whole Marcus Peters situation. I seen somebody that I've never seen the other day in my life ever reporting. Maybe I'm just no shade to him, but yeah, it looks as though Marcus Peters is going to be signing with the Raiders here shortly. And then, you know, Vinny B picks it up. It looks like it's inevitable. Victor Fur puts out a meme saying pretty much, yes, you're on target. Let's just keep it a buck, man. Look, I've been saying this since February, right? I even did a video, I believe in like December of last year about this potentially happening. And then speaking with him at the Pro Bowl in February. Look, man, all I'm going to say is this, right? You know, I'm not one of them people, but put some respect on my name, man. Put some respect on Graphk Raiders name, man. I've been saying this, you know what I mean? It's not official yet. Look, something can change last minute. You know what I mean? Another team can come out the woodworks and offer him more money. But look, you guys, he has not left Las Vegas. He has been there all offseason long. This guy is very active out there. He's all over the place. A good friend of mine, good source of mine, sees him at Resort Worlds 3-4 times a week. I mean, the guy has not left Vegas. He wants to be there. At the end of the day, we all, you know, if this doesn't happen, if somehow, some way there's a hiccup in the last minute of this situation, I would be devastated because I'll be totally shocked because everything was saying that he was going to sign to the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to say this real quick, man. It's hilarious. You know what I mean? And shout out to all the writers, shout out to all the beat reporters. Salute. I'm giving them flowers when they break news and they do all that other stuff. But let's just keep it a buck, man. Yeah, man. That's all me. And I heard it from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, put some respect on Graphk Raiders name, man. You know what I mean? Even all these other content creators, I love them to death. Love all of them. You did not land on Plymouth Rock with this news. You landed on some news that Graphk Raider put into the universe. Yes, I'm speaking about myself in third, you know what I mean, in third person today. You know why? Because I'm feeling myself today. Football is back. It is back, you guys. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up if you're not subscribed to the channel yet. Hit that subscribe button, man. You already know we out here with that content. Shout out to my little bro, Hammerman. Salute, salute, salute. Shout out to Elite. You did drop that first graph. Salute, Elite. Shout out to my homegirl, the sis of Shieldmore. You already know what time it is, man. That content. Let me see. We can sign Peters, but can't sign JJ. M85, it's a totally different situation, man. Totally different situation, brother. Totally different situation. Shout out to my little bro, Brendan Counts in the building. Would love to see him in the silver and black. He will be instantly our best corner. We'll be able to develop our young guys in Hobbs and Bennett. This is facts, man. Bring this guy in. Have him be that veteran presence, that all-pro presence, that Pro Bowl presence that can help take these guys to the next level. I think that Nate Hobbs would be the one that would definitely benefit the most from Marcus Peters being there. I think that they will both start on the perimeter, but I just think that Marcus Peters has that mindset, that Raider mindset, that Oakland mindset, right? And he's gonna. It's just the trickle down effect, right? All those guys are gonna feel it. Marcus Peters will be definitely be a great pickup for this defense, this DB room. I think that it will work wonders for us. I know a lot of people out there saying, "Oh, it's not a move that moves the needle," and so on and so forth. At the end of the day, man, look, I'm not expecting Marcus Peters to come in and be all pro. Early 20s Marcus Peters, the Kansas City Chiefs version of Marcus Peters. I'm not expecting that. But at the end of the day, it's always great to have that veteran presence. Khalil Mack had Justin Tuck, right? I mean, all these guys, we can go down the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can go down the line of all this young talent that we've had and we developed or we let go. Amari Cooper had Michael Crabtree, a veteran presence. It's always good. We have nothing but young corners right now. Brandon Faison is like the veteran of all veterans in that DB room right now. We need a true veteran. I don't care if he's on the wrong side of 30. He brings a winning pedigree. He brings a winning mindset. He brings that dog with him. We need that. We need that. And he's going to be inexpensive because at this point, football is back. And I don't think anyone's going to be knocking on Marcus Peters' doors trying to throw him tons and tons and tons of money right now his way. But I think we should get it done here shortly, you guys, because if we don't, training camp starts today for the rookies. God forbid an injury occurs for any other team, right, as well as ours, or, the veterans, they come in on the 25th. Who's to say that an injury doesn't occur to another team, like I said, or us? And another team swoops in to get Marcus Peters services. We need to wrap this shit up soon. Let's get it done before training camp, before veterans report the 25th. We need to get it done soon. And from what I'm hearing, there's a very, very, very good chance of us wrapping that up here shortly, man. Salute to my brother John Corrigan in the building, man. Marcus Peters would elevate the whole DB room with his personality and the way he goes about his business. Young Bucks need that example. Factory outlet, my brother. Shout out to my dog, John, and family of the channel. Salute to my boy, man. Shout out to Mondo as well, man. This might benefit Jacorian Bennett a lot. This is facts, Mondo. Facts, brother. A rookie learning from an all-pro. Never gets old. It never gets old, man. Salute to my dog, 878. Let me see. It's Cap, diehard. It is Cap. It's Cap. There's no way that Jacobs ends up in New Orleans, and I think I've kind of killed that rumor a few times on the show, a couple shows, actually. They got they already have a full running back room over there right now in New Orleans. I get the whole all the Raiders. It's funny because I can't say nothing, but we have a guy coming on here shortly that I'll hold that off for him to say that to the nation. But let's just say this. I know that New Orleans is the new destination, right, for all former Raider players and guys getting traded and so on and so forth, right? Abrams there, Foster's there, DC's there. The list goes on. At the end of the day, it makes no sense for these guys. They just went and got another running back in free agency. They got, Kamara, I know he may deal with a lengthy suspension, but they already have some guys over there in that running back room. There's no reason for New Orleans to try and give up the farm or even give up a second or third round pick for Josh Jacobs' services when they already have running backs. They already have another guy named Jamal Williams that they went out and got from Detroit in the offseason. It makes no sense at the end of the day. Shot the big time. We'll beat Buffalo, Pittsburgh, the Jets, New England, and split KC and the Chargers. 12-5. honest thoughts about the season. Peters, Hobbs, Merrick, and Epps. I'm excited about all four of those guys that you mentioned, more so along the lines of Hobbs, Merrick, and Epps. I already know what Marcus Peters brings to the table, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think he's a shell of himself completely yet, but he's not the same player that he once was. I'm more excited to see what Hobbs does in this system in year 2 with Graham, or year 2 with him, Merrick as well, and I want to see if Marcus Epps can play the same way he played in Philly, but with a team that has less talent on that defensive side of the ball. So I'm excited, man. I'm really, really interested to see what Marcus Epps looks like this season. Shout out to Big Time, man. And I already said before, Big Time, I have a ceiling of, I think, was it 10-7 and a basement of 7-10. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up if you are not subscribed with the channel yet. Hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to Primos. So with Peters coming in, Graphk, who do you think he is pairing up with? And who works the nickel? For me, I believe it's Shelley and Hobbs back in the nickel. So you believe that Shelley's going to be on the perimeter and Hobbs is back in the nickel? From what I'm hearing is from multiple reports and you know, little rumblings here and there that they want Nate Hobbs on the outside. He will play a little bit in the nickel as well. You know, he'll shake inside and he'll go back out. But from what I'm hearing, they want him on the perimeter. So if Marcus Peters does come in, Peters on the perimeter, Nate Hobbs on one side. I have Tyler Hall, maybe even Jacorian. I don't know. But I have Tyler Hall starting in the slot. I do. And we'll see what we have with Duke Shelley and you know, with Jacorian Bennett. Those could be two guys that can, you know, shuffle in and out on the outside, you know, can play a little bit in the nickel. But I'm going personally with Peters on one side, Nate Hobbs on the other, Tyler Hall, the GOAT, in the slot. Salute to Primos. Yeah, I feel Shelley will be on the outside as well. And right now, without Marcus Peters on this roster, Primos, I have Duke Shelley as the starter on the outside with one of those spots. But if Marcus Peters does come in, I have him taking one of those spots. I can see that, Rebel. I can see that. Jacorian Bennett, I think, will be the backup corner too. I can definitely see that. But he'll still get a lot of burn. He'll still get a lot of reps. You know, Patrick Graham's, he loves rotating guys in and out, keeping guys fresh. We'll definitely see Jacorian Bennett a lot. He'll still be on the field a lot, even if he does not start for us. You know what I mean? So let me see. Salute to everybody, man. Shout out to 1970 in the building. Salute, King. Yes. Now I just had to come on and talk my shit a little bit, man, because you know, I'm starting to see all this Marcus Peters talk, and it's really hilarious to me that we've been talking about this all year long, and now it's gaining some legs because training camp is here. Months ago, we did a show where we said Marcus Peters was going to sign. We've done multiple shows saying he was going to sign around this time, and for it to be happening now, is hilarious to me. Can't wait to see Trey Tucker at kick return and punt return. That got me fired up. Salute, John. This is facts. Elite, what position battles are you looking forward to? I think the offense is set in stone, right? I know we still have some question marks at the right guard position, whether that's Mumford that comes in and steals that spot, or maybe even takes the right tackle position. I don't know, over Illuminor, but I have Illuminor clearly starting at right tackle. Moody, you know what I'm saying? We don't know if McClendon and Curtis is going to come into camp and just ball out. We don't know, right? But me personally, it's the corner room. It's the safety room. I want to see where Palamau is. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how many reps this guy gets at the safety spot. You know what I mean? See if they're going to use him as a box, you know, it's kind of that box safety, a guy that's going to, you know, be closer to the line of scrimmage and be all over the place. I want to see this linebacker room, Elite, right? A lot of people are already assuming that we went and got Robert Spillane in free agency and he's just going to come in because of the, you know, the deal we gave him. He's going to start immediately. Who's to say that Luke Masterson is not going to come in and build off what he did last season and come in as the starter in year 2. Divine Diablo, I want to see if he can really live up to the hype that we're all putting around him. The linebacker room, definitely. The corner room, definitely, because I do feel as though Duke Shelley can be a starter. He proved that last year in Minnesota. But if we bring in Marcus Peters, there's going to be a lot more competition, right? You know, I want to see what's going to happen with Amik Robertson. You know, The DT room as well, Jamal. Facts. I want to see who is going to get those 2 spots. We got 2 guys that we drafted last year, and Matthew Butler and Neil Farrell. Are one of these guys going to take one of those spots, starting spots, in year 2? Is Tillery going to come in and grab one of those spots? Is Bilal Nichols, finally going to show who he truly is and man one of those spots? Is Byron Young, our 3rd round pick out of Alabama, going to take one of those spots? Look, the defensive line in general, I want to see if Adam Plant, is gonna explode onto the scene as a UDFA out of UNLV. It's so many places, so many different positions. I'm just excited about every one of them, Elite. But I'll say this: I think the offensive side of the ball, outside of the whole question marks around Josh surrounding him, I think the offense is pretty much set in stone. You know what I mean? I think the O-line from left to right, pretty much outside of the right guard spot, which I think Moody will take if McClendon Curtis doesn't come in and just dominate in camp. But I think it's going to be Colton, Parham, James, Moody, Jermaine Illuminor. We already know what it's looking like at the tight end spot. We used the 2nd round pick on Michael Mayer. He's going to be the guy. Him and Hooper are going to see a lot of reps, and they'll be on the field a lot together as well. But is Myers going to be that outside presence for us, right? Is because, he's played a lot in the slot in New England. Is it truly going to be Devontae, Jacoby Myers, and Hunter Renfrow in the slot? We shall see. You know what I mean? Unless one of these guys come into camp and completely ball out, maybe Cam Sims comes in. I don't know. Maybe one of these other guys, maybe DeAndre Carter balls out. Maybe Trey Tucker as a rookie comes in and says, I don't want to just play special teams. I'm going to take one of those spots. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of competition all across the board, Elite. And I know I'm just kind of going right now because I am happy that football is back. For real, for real. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Let me get these soups in real quick. Shout out to my brother Joe. In my opinion, the defense has improved significantly. I agree. Compared to last season, and if we bring in Peters, that enforces the point. The Raiders defense may finally be able to help the offense and vice versa. Salute to my boy Joe, and I completely agree with you, bro. I love what they did on the defensive side of the ball in the draft. I love the depth pieces and potential starting caliber guys that we brought in free agency on the defensive side of the ball. Definitely agree with you. And I think that Marcus Peters is definitely one of those missing pieces that can come in and help as a veteran. Salute to Joe, man, my dog, on a $10 donation. Shout out to my brother John once again. Any updates on Garoppolo and Wilson injuries? No, there's nothing right now. From what I'm hearing is they're still being very, very cautious about both of them. There were rumors the other day that they weren't even going to rush Garoppolo back on the 25th. Right. But from what I'm hearing, there's no setbacks on either side. You know what I mean? I think Tyree should be out there this week, and I think that Garoppolo will be out there next week. And if not, they're just going to be very, very safe with them going into the season. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this, John. My updates are these guys are going to be guys that play a lot of reps for us this upcoming season. Jimmy's going to be the starting quarterback week 1, and Tyree is going to be a guy that's going to rotate in and out, pass rusher, you know what I mean? With Chandler Jones playing some outside LB, I think he's going to be playing a starter minutes this year. I mean, he's a top 10 pick. But yeah, no true updates. From what I'm hearing is they're still being very patient with both those guys. They don't want to rush them back, but I'm hearing that they're both pretty much ready to go. Shout out to Kane Town, man. Yo, Graphk, since we're going to pick in the top 10, can we get a mock draft? Oh, my God, bro. You are killing me with all this negativity, Kane Town. We're not doing that yet, man. We're not doing it. Look, last year we did mock drafts all year long. I'm holding off, man. I'm holding off. Fuck you, Kane. You're not stealing my thunder, bro. You're not stealing my optimism, Kane. I love you, bro, but you're not taking that from me, King. No mock drafts. And we're not drafting anywhere near top 10. How about that? I was watching Jacoby's all-22 film. That dude is slept on. He runs great route. And there it is, Elite. That is a reason why these guys went out and got Jacoby Myers. He runs the exact routes that Josh McDaniels wants in that system that he runs on the offensive side of the ball. He knows the system down to a T. And we seen last year, with numerous wide receivers. Hunter Renfrow getting lost in the sauce a little bit because he's used to playing that and one kind of street ball kind of game at the wide receiver position. We see Mac Hollins, if he wasn't pretty much running straight 9 routes, he was lost in the sauce. There was a reason why we went out and paid Jacoby Myers, a guy that knows what Josh McDaniels demands in his offense. And I'm excited. I think Jacoby definitely is a very, very slept on, underrated wide receiver. And he's going to be a dog for us this year, Elite. Shout out to you. Great comment. Shout out to K. Docs, hear me out. Ja'Cory Bennett will start by week 4. His speed is elite, and we need it on defense. He's a dog. One of my favorite picks from the draft. K, I'll say this. It may not even take that long. It may not even take that long. You never know. It may not take that long. Maybe the guy goes out there and steals a starting spot in training camp. We shall see. You know what I mean? But if that happens, they're not taking Nate Hobbs off the field. They're not taking Nate Hobbs off the field. In a perfect world, Kay, I would love to have Ja'Cory on the outside, Marcus Peters on the outside, and Nate Hobbs in the nickel. Right. I'm one of those guys that just loves the idea of having him in the nickel. I watched him a lot at Illinois. That's where he thrived most of the time in the nickel. You know what I'm saying? So I know that they want this guy, to play inside and out. And I'm hearing that they want him, predominantly on the perimeter. But me personally, Ja'Cory, Marcus Peters, and Hobbs in the slot, cold. Salute to Mondo. Our linebacker room has me worried. They're unproven. Definitely, man. But let me say this, though, Mondo, and this may sound crazy, right? This may even be a hot take. I'd rather have an unproven, no-named linebacker room than go out there and do what we usually do every year, right? Is usher in these 30 and up veteran linebackers just to come in and kind of man that position for a year, maybe 2, until we figure it out, right? At this point, I'm excited because I have no idea what these guys are going to do. I don't know what Luke Masterson's going to do. I don't know what Amari Burney's going to do. I don't know what Divine Diablo's going to do. I'm more excited about them being unproven than just being a bunch of washed up linebackers that we bring in. You know what I mean? We were one of those teams that always did this year in and year out. Go get a fucking 35-year-old linebacker and just hope that they just brought back what they brought to the game in their 20s, right? I want to see what Robert Spillane does. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are really undervaluing him right now. He's a definite firecracker in the run game. He's not great in the pass in coverage, but I just tweeted this out yesterday. I don't think people understand truly how rough it is, how hard it is to go find a cover linebacker. That shit is tough. We're not the only team that struggles with not having cover linebackers. We're not the only team. Every team damn near in the NFL struggles. There's only a handful of guys that can play the run and cover well at the tight end spot. At the linebacker position. My apologies. But, we got Drake Thomas, another guy too. Facts. John B. that's going to turn some heads. I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to the table. The production he put at the college level speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? But we shall see if that translates to the next level. But I'd rather have a young, unproven linebacking core than a bunch of old heads that we're just trying to just come in and just man the position for a year. I would rather have young guys, that are going to come in and fight, be hungry, fighting for a roster spot, fighting for their careers. You know what I mean? So shout out to my dog Mondo, though. But they definitely are unproven, and I think all of us should be worried about that linebacker room. Let me see. Alpha, we did have a great inside linebacker, but we let him go. Yeah, to the Texans. We did have Denzel Perryman. He did deal with some durability issues. This is facts. And shout out to him. I just posted this picture the other day, you guys. I don't think y'all understand how goated this picture really is, man. Like, my son is about to turn 10 on Saturday. Both my sons, right? Shout out to my sons, man, my twin boys. I don't think he understands how goated this picture is. Shout out to Lil Graphk Jr., Denzel Perryman, Von Miller, Maxx Crosby. I spoke to Denzel, man. Denzel definitely wanted to stay a Raider. He wanted to be a Raider for life. Him and Max are like this. You can see it when they're around each other. And, he said he wanted to be there. You know what I'm saying? But he knows how this league is. He's a veteran. He knows how this shit goes. And he's been all across all across the U.S. pretty much at this point. A Carolina Panther, a San Diego Charger, or LA Charger, whatever you want to call these motherfuckers. You know, I mean, he's been around. You know, the Texans with us. You know, he knows the league. But I would have, you know, me personally, I wanted to get younger at the position. Let me see. Yeah, elite. We've been doing it for way too long. The old LB route, way too long. No, I agree. Top. I think that we definitely should have attacked the linebacker position a lot earlier. But you know, these guys, they have something there with Amari Burney, they believe, right? And I'm going to kick back and I'm going to wait and see what it is that they see in this guy. But that was the one question mark I had about this draft. When you went out and got Trey Tucker in the third round, I thought, go get that speedster later on. Go get your linebacker of the future. But apparently there wasn't one there that they wanted. Apparently they thought that Amari Burney was a guy that they can get in the later rounds that's going to translate for them. Or they thought, you know what, Drake Thomas is going to fall, you know, and be a UDFA, and maybe he can be the guy. Or they really, truly believe in Divine Diablo because they're saying all the right things about him. Chris definitely chopped it up with Max a little bit, chopped it up with Denzel Perryman most of the time. And I had a really, really dope in-depth conversation with Von Miller as well, man. He is such a good soul and such a good dude, man. Let me see. Yeah, Maul, we were definitely pounding the table for the draft. I mean, for him in the draft. Dorian Williams out of Tulane, that was a guy that we were all really high on. Sucks to see him go elsewhere. Shout out to King Savage. Yo, Docs, you called it. You said Marcus Peters is going to be a Raider, and now he's about to be a Raider. Well, let's hold our horses a little bit, Sav, because we know how the NFL is, right? Things get tricky. Last minute, things change. Last minute, his representation could say, look, we want a little bit more money. Then it doesn't work out. But from what I'm hearing is there already is a contract on the table. And, you know, I think he was just kind of sitting out, waiting for training camp to come around, seeing if any other team would budge. And look, he has not left Las Vegas, you guys. He has been out there all off season long, running around doing his thing. And yeah, it looks as though he's going to be a Raider. But yeah, man, you know, it's hilarious. I watch a lot of these guys and, you know, act as though they have these sources and they have all this and they have all that. And some guys that actually work for the team that have no idea what the fuck is going on. Right. It really is crazy to me. We were talking about this in January, February. So for guys just to pop out of nowhere, oh, so-and-so was first on the scene with the Marcus Pete, man, get the fuck out of here. We've been talking about that over here at Mount Shillmore. Stop capping. Give us our flowers while we're still here, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to Sean. They're stacking good football players. That's all I care about. We can't fill every position in 1 year. This is facts. Facts plus tax, my brother Sean. Let me see. Carter, I don't want to see that, man. I definitely don't want to see a Meek Robertson on Jerry Jeudy this year with Sean Payton calling the plays. I don't want to see that. I have a feeling that a Meek Robertson is going to get his ass fried. Jerry Jeudy still is one of the better route running wide receivers in the league. He's dealt with some injuries. He's dealt with some questionable quarterback play out there. Last year, Russell Wilson was a definite shell of himself. I think with Sean Payton calling the plays, I think he's going to be a lot better. And I do not want to see a Meek anywhere near Jerry Jeudy. Me personally, Kay, I'm putting Hobbs on him. I'm putting the young pup on him. You know, Marcus Peters isn't as fast as he used to be. We all know Marcus Peters definitely gives up big plays, or he'll make big plays. He's a playmaker, right? We also know that you know, he'll give up a quick 15 yards real quick and in a hurry, right? I want the veteran lined up on the wide receiver too. Me personally, I would rather have Hobbs be that guy on the outside. I want to see him against the best talent in the world. I want him to be evaluated by competing against the greatest wide receivers in the game. And I think that Hobbs can be that dude at the next level. You know what I mean? So, you know, well, you know, in year 3 with Nate Hobbs. So I'm excited. And put Hobbs on their best wide receivers. Put Marcus Peters on the outside against their wide receiver twos. Let me see. Yeah, Yeah, Nate. Look, at this point, bro, to be real with you, I really truly don't even. It's difficult to even entertain it anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. A lot of these content creators too, right? They and not just content creators, beat writers, anybody that covers the Raiders or any sport, right? They know that they can monetize off of this team isn't doing this and this regime isn't doing that and this and that. These guys are year 2, man. This team has only been to the playoffs 2 times pretty much in the last 20 years. 2016 and 2021 or 2022, or 2021. Like, this team has been bad for a long time, man. And at this point, I truly just don't even want to entertain them in the fuckery anymore. I'm seeing a lot of these guys come out. Oh my God, this team is this and this team is that. Man, shut up. You don't even know what this team is yet. Give these guys a chance to build what they see fit. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't work out, get them the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we're not used to losing anyway. We've been losing for 20 plus seasons anyway. You know what I'm saying? Well, shit, we can go 40 years at this point almost. It'll be 40 years in January since the last time we won a Super Bowl, right? So we've been losing for 40 years. You know what I mean? So look, give these guys a little bit more time. And I understand this is the situation that kills me, right? If it was any other coaching staff that didn't come over from New England, all this shit wouldn't be anything. It wouldn't be anything. If these guys came from Wisconsin, they came from Green Bay, or if they came from the Carolina Panthers or any other team outside of New England, most of this crybaby shit won't even exist. These guys are crying because of some shit that happened in the early 2000s, over 20 years ago. They're crying about that shit. Like, stop it, man. Let these guys figure it out. Give them 3 years, 4 tops. If they can't get it done, get them the fuck out of here. It's not like we're not used to the revolving door anyway. We're used to the revolving door. We're Raider fans. We are used to I remember Al Davis used to fire 3 coaches a week type shit. I don't know if you guys were around for that, but it feels as though Al used to fire like 3 coaches a week. So if you weren't around for that, I don't want to hear any crybaby shit from anybody. I used to watch Al just fire motherfuckers for nothing. Fire players, coaches, everything. He didn't give a shit. Oh, you can't get it done today? Pew, you out of here. That's the team I grew up watching. So, you guys at least have gotten the luxury of watching Del Rio pretty much get a nice amount of time coaching. Gruden in his second run, right? 4 years. You know what I mean? Like, you got a chance to watch Reggie McKenzie kind of try and build this team up the way he sees fit. You got a chance to see Mayock try and draft, even though he drafted horribly in the early rounds. You got a chance to see this. Guys that actually got a chance to stick around a little bit. In my era, that didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. It didn't happen at all. It's funny because everybody's oh my God, Derek and look, man, Al would have cooked his ass a long time ago. Be happy that you have a new owner that's trying to allow the regimes that he brings in some time to build a team as they see fit. Because I'm telling you right now, if y'all wasn't around for Al, y'all have no idea about revolving door at all. At all. Let me see. Salute to K. Hobbs is a DT outside linebacker away from being a top 5. Ooh, I like that. I like that, K. I like that. I like that, brother. I definitely like that. And hopefully Byron Young or one of these other young guys that we got right now is the answer. And hopefully, one of these guys that we got, Amari Burney, hopefully Divine Diablo, one of those linebackers take that step, this year and become one of those guys. Let me see. I disagree, Docs. I think the real concerns with the mannerism they evoked with bringing in so many New England players. What is that? But what does that matter? Top. This is the thing, right? What New England players do we bring in? I'm going to ask you this. What players did we bring in? We brought in a Jacoby Myers that is a really good wide receiver, a really good football player that knows this system and is going to ball out for us, and he's a starter from day one. We brought in Chandler Jones. A lot of people were pissed off about him last year for not having 20-plus sacks. Well, like I said before, he played the run well. He started to pick it up, getting to the quarterback a little more at the end of the season before that injury. Then we got Chandler Jones, right? What else do you want to do? You want to go Adam Butler, a veteran defensive tackle that may not even make this roster. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can keep going, right? We traded for Justin Herron. He's probably not even going to make this roster. But most of the guys that we went out and got from New England are going to be starters. They're going to be starters. So I don't really understand. And we didn't lose a lot. You know what I mean? What? We brought Stidham in. He played 2 games for us. Showed us a little something against the Niners. Kansas City got some tape on him. And then in the last week of the season, it wasn't the same as it was against the Niners. But it's Jarrett Stidham. I mean, look, I was excited about Stidham. You know what I mean? But I was ready to move on from our previous quarterback anyway. But let's not act as though Stidham, you know what I mean, is fucking Peyton Manning 2.0. And yeah, we went and got Hoyer, man. Hoyer is a guy that's going to be Brandon Bolden. Those are the 2 guys. It's Brandon Bolden and Brian Hoyer are the coaches of the on the offensive side of the ball for this team, for this young team. That's all it is. Brian Hoyer was brought in to be a guy that's going to hold a clipboard and show Aiden O'Connell the way. That's it. I'm not mad about that. Hoyer's contract ain't shit. It ain't nothing. You know what I mean? Brandon Bolden, on the other hand, is getting paid a little too much money for my taste. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't be paying him that kind of money, but he really is a really good special teams guy, and I think that they want to utilize him, as that player coach. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but come on, man. Carmen Brasillo worked wonders coming over from New England last year. Had that O-line clicking. They're only going to be better in year 2. Look, I don't really see the problem. Every time I see people say that online, oh my God, we're becoming the New England Patriots. It's just like, that shit is weird to me. It really is weird to me. Maybe I'm just one of the only people that don't understand, get that, but I don't know. It's funny, Top. If Chandler wasn't getting paid as much money as he is, nobody would cry about shit. And I got Chandler Jones having a really good year this year. But also, I don't think people stop to think what Chandler Jones' presence is going to do for Maxx Crosby. People fail to realize how young Max really still is. He's really just going into the pinnacle of his career. Like, Chandler Jones is a guy that's going to help Maxx Crosby tremendously. Now, the money he's getting paid, I understand that. That's the one contract that you can look at is very questionable for the money he's making. But it's Chandler Jones, all-pro guy. You know what I mean? He's there to help that D-line. You know what I mean? And he's a guy that has his arm around Maxx Crosby, and he's definitely going to help him take his game to the next level like he already did last year. Max had a phenomenal year last year, and he's only going to get better this season. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, Top. Let me see. Look at how many guys Gus brought in from his previous teams. That's what coaches do. Sean, every coach does this. Every coach. Every one of them. Exactly, Raider Rudy. This is real. It's real. For winning, no one would talk about the former Well, you know what? There are some buzzkills out there that would still mention it. Oh, you know what? We didn't win as the Raiders. We won as Patriots. That's really... Bro, I've seen people tweet, and these weren't even trolls. These were real accounts. Say, I would rather not win a Super Bowl than win a Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Multiple tweets. So, you can't make everybody happy, man. It is what it is. What do you guys think of the chances of Maxx Crosby winning Defensive Player of the Year this year? What would it take statistically for Maxx Crosby to end up winning Defensive Player of the Year this year? And we know there's, the Bosa's, we know, the Myles Garrett's, we know the Aaron Donalds of the world. They're still out there. Right? But what would it take in order for Maxx Crosby, the guy that's going to go from star to superstar this upcoming season, what would it take in order for him to get that? Joe Bugle, Mike White, Lane Kiffin, some of the coaches that got better axed from Al. Talk that talk, Pineapple. Salute to Pineapple. Rob says 17 and a half sacks for Maxx. Austin says 20 to 22 and a half sacks and a defensive touchdown. Okay. Elite says Maxx would had to have at least 18 sacks, and his team needs to win at least 9 games. I think a little more than that, Elite. I think if you want to win Defensive Player of the Year, I think you have to win 10 plus. But you may be right though. Still over 500, 9-8. That may work. 15 sacks in the top 10 defense. And for the Raiders to have a winner, that's a lot to ask for. Okay. Pastor says interior D-line improvement. Federal says we got to make the playoffs for Maxx to get Defensive Player of the Year. And I definitely agree with that one. 20 plus sacks. Okay. Top Beast is possible, but oftentimes that award goes to players on winning teams. Let me see, 25 sacks. Holy shit. Eight forced fumbles and 2. Bruh, that man is going to reset the market, period, as a football player. Look, Maxx would be getting paid quarterback money if he puts up that kind of shit. Let me see. Dude said Maxx is mid. Yo. Pastor says Maxx will finish with 15, but he will get a record, set a record for tackles for loss. Market. I like that. You guys think that he can break Greg Townsend's record? You guys think that this season, is it realistic to think that Maxx Crosby can tie or break Greg Townsend's sack record? Let me see. Yeah, Alpha, that's a very, very, you don't go from having one of the worst defenses in the league to a top 5 defense overnight. That's asking a lot from not just our players, but our coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we can somehow, some way have a top 20 defense this year, that shows improvement. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting, and I say this number like damn near every year, if we can get to 17, that is a far cry. That is a lot of improvement from where we were before. You know what I'm saying? Even a top 15 defense is a stretch. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this. I'm just hoping we have a top 20 defense and we have a top 8, top 7, top 8 offense. And I think that can get it done. If you have a top 20 defense, the turnovers, they just mount up. You know what I mean? We get a lot more turnovers. We get to the quarterback a lot more. And these guys get off the field, a lot of 3 and outs this season, and put the O back out there. You know what I mean? Look, I expect the offense to be top 10, but asking for that's a lot, Alpha. But I would love it though, bro. Don't get me wrong. Let me see. Shout out to my dog, Kenny Mack. As always, King. If we get real interior pressure, Max should drop at least a 20-piece special. Salute to my dog, Kenny Mack. 20 is a lot. 20 is a lot. But I do think that we get some pressure from the interior this year with all the guys that we went out and got. You know what I mean? Especially the Byron Young. And I do think that Neil Farrell is going to be a guy for us this year. People forget that Jordan Willis can play outside, play inside. I think we get a lot more interior push this season. But I'm assuming, look, I'm going anywhere from 15 to 17 and a half from Maxx. That's like the ceiling. That's the ceiling, the 15 to 17 and a half range. I do want to see him break Townsend's record, even though Townsend is one of my top 5 favorite Raiders in my era of all time. You know what I mean? Growing up, watching him, it was different. You know what I'm saying? It was different. Him and Howie are 2 of my guys on my top 5 in my era. Seawood, Marcus Allen, Timmy Brown. Shout to Abstract. Al would have made Derek his wife and Scrub. Brothers all cry together. Salute to my dog, Abstract Red. He's a fucking scrub. Salute to Abstract, man. My guy. Bill, starts today. We should start seeing a lot of videos, pumping out here on Twitter shortly. A lot of guys have media passes. That's why I can't wait to get to Vegas next year, because I'm working my ass off to get to that point where and I've been having some conversations behind the scenes, but I'm working my ass off, man, to get media passes, man. So when I get to Vegas, I can go over there and cover this shit. But we should see a bunch of videos going up from these riders and these beat writers and stuff like that here shortly on Twitter, Instagram, and all that. We should be seeing these guys out there in pads and rocking here shortly, man. And I heard it's a very, very hot day in Vegas, so I feel very, very bad for those rookies. It's going to be a very tough day for these guys in the first day in the NFL. Let me see. We don't have a top 10 offense if Jacobs pulls a Le'Veon Bell. Austin, who's to say? Who's to say? It does hurt to lose one of the best running backs in the league, but I still think he's going to be there. I think week 1, Josh Jacobs will be out there. I think week 1, Saquon Barkley will be out there. I think all these guys will report. It's too much money to be lost. You know what I mean? And I think at some point you just got to just, it sucks. It's a tough pill to swallow, but at some point you got to say, you know what? At the end of the day, I lose more not pulling up. You know what I'm saying? I need this money. I got to take care of my family. And, there's just no leverage there. So I think Josh should be out there week 1. Top, I appreciate you, brother. We working on it, King. We working on it. Planet Raiders, we're working on it. Shout to Mondo. What's your team sack and INT prediction? I think we did a show on that, Mondo. I don't want to put 2 numbers on it because I think I've actually threw it out there already. We did one, I believe, on Big Mike's show where we did a prediction on pretty much where we had it. All I'm gonna say is this, man. You gotta have look, at least, and this is just the least. You gotta have over 35 sacks this season, right? What did we have last year, you guys? We had like a low of like 23, right? We better have, and 30 to 35 is ugly. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping we can have 40 plus sacks this season. I'm hoping that we can get somewhere in the range of 8 to 12 picks. And that's still kind of a, but 8 to 12 picks. Yeah, we had about 27 Raider for life last year. That's insane. That's insane. We got to put up damn near double that. But let me see. Salute to Mondo though. I got to go back and check out this show and see where I had it. But you got to put up at least north of 35 sacks this season, and that's still not a lot, to be honest. Like I said, you got to put a 40 plus and get somewhere along the lines of that 8 to 12 mark with picks. Shout out to Joe, man. Damn, the Eagles had 70. Damn, Mondo. And that's one of the best defenses in the league. But like I said, you can't expect this team to go from 23 to 20 or 27 sacks to 70 overnight. You know what I mean? You got to build that up. And 40 would be a great number to start off at. That would be a good starting point. I got my man's Mayer winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Joe, I would if CJ Stroud and if he wasn't out there. I think CJ Stroud is going to run away with that. I think that defense is going to help the Texans a lot this year. And I think that CJ Stroud, with a lot of those young options that he has at the wide receiver position, I like a lot of those guys. Tank Dell, man, John Mechie, like they got some guys, the young running back coming in the year 2 that I was really, really high on in college. I got CJ Stroud running away with it. Truly. Now, will Mayer be a Pro Bowler or All Pro later on in life? I do believe that. But the quarterback position still has, a stranglehold on that Offensive Rookie of the Year. You know what I mean? And Stroud, I think is going to run away with that. Because Denzel told me himself that CJ looks the part. Yeah, bro. Damian Pierce out there in Houston, bro. They got a little squad, Ma. They got a little squad, bro. I'm going to be honest. And they're building it the right way with Will Anderson there now, CJ Stroud. They got a nice little squad, bro. Moss is 45 sacks minimum. I like that. Yeah, Eddie, I seen that. And that's a terrible way to go about things, right? because you're already a veteran. You're already one of the best players on your team, top 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say shit like that. You can't say shit like that. I feel like saying he says something in that interview along the lines of, what was it? Oh, you know what? No, I'm tripping. I'm mixing up what he said and what Gardner Johnson said about the Philadelphia Eagles fan base. I'm tripping, Eddie. They both happened yesterday. If y'all didn't see that, go check that out. It was hilarious. Gardner Johnson was playing a video game, and he absolutely destroyed the Philadelphia Eagles fan base. It was disgusting. But it's not like saying F my teammates, though. But Eddie, to be honest with you, that is a good. And what did I say? I said this a couple shows ago. If these running backs don't show up, they're going to say that. They're going to use that. They're going to say, because what else can you bring back? Your ego's already bruised. Your pride is already absolutely, you're kicked in the dick at this point, right? So it's easy to say, you know what, man, I'm just going to show up for the fans and I'm going to show up for my teammates. You know what I mean? He tried. Saquon tried. You know what I'm saying? He said, you know what? I deserve more than this. You know what I mean? Now, unless they really take that stance into the season, then I'm really going to be like, wow, they really took they took this shit to the next level. But I don't think it's like saying F my teammates. I think teammates understand that. You know what I mean? That's why I think that F my teammates, I'm going to show up for them because is an excuse, because the teammates understand that. It's not saying F your teammates. This is saying I love my family. This is saying that I know the NFL is not forever. This is him saying, I have to take care of my kids and my kids' kids because you guys aren't going to do it. You think Daniel Jones is going to give a fuck about what Saquon Barkley got going on once they retire? You think Daniel Jones is going to pay for Saquon Barkley's kids' medical, bills or his family's medical bills? No, he's not. So at the end of the day, you got to be selfish when you're in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? You have to be selfish. But I don't feel him on him saying, as part of me feels like it's saying F my teammates. That's cap. I feel like that's an excuse to put his pride to the side to show back up. So, Mad Chatter, you can't say that. He already got enough to take care of his family. You don't know what his overhead is. We don't know. Don't get wrong. He's a millionaire, and he has some nice chunk of change for the rest of his. I don't know his overhead. I don't know his overhead. I don't know what his housing situation is. I don't know how many people he's taking care of. I hate when people say he's already taken care of for the rest of his life. You know who's taken care of for the rest of his life? Patrick Mahomes. Generational money. He's taken care of for the rest of his life. The Joe Burrows of the world, he's going to be taken care of for the rest of his life. Josh Allen, taken care of for the rest of his life. Tom Brady, taken care of for the rest of his life. You're talking about a running back. It's about a running back. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. Shout out to Elite. Bryce Young was looking like a kid from a Make-A-Wish Foundation. Man, short as hell behind that big-ass offensive line. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. That's a fire-ass name. Rack of Tits 6'9" with Pamela Anderson, one of the GOATs, as the default pitcher. We are screwed this season, Raider Nation. Why? Not one down has been played yet. Not one down has been played yet. Let me see. Look at Earl Campbell when y'all say he taking care of the rest of his life as a running back. Maul, tell him. Let him know. Let him know. Yeah, man. And most of them, Sean, most of them that I know or that I've hung out with, once they leave the game, they're nowhere set for anything. Never set. I don't think people understand how much money does Saquon Barkley lose in taxes being in New York or being in New Jersey. Loses a lot of money. Loses a lot of money. He has a team. He has a family. He has an agent. He has, manager. He has this. He has that. I don't know what the fuck these guys, where their money goes. I don't know where their money goes. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to say that they're there's only certain guys that have generational wealth in terms of football. And it's not all these guys. Every one of them knows it's not that. Yeah. Better red zone efficiency with Jimmy, 2 capable tight ends, running back by committee will work just fine. Next man up. Talk that shit, my brother Andy. This is facts. Look at that, Mondo. 40% goes away in taxes. Just like that. So when you guys tell Saquon Barkley, go out there and play on that $10 million, right? Go play on that $10 million. Quit crying. You got $10 million, right? Remember that. Most of that shit is gone. And then a big chunk of that percentage also goes, like I said, to his agent, to the people around him. You know what I mean? All that. So you expect Saquon Barkley to go out there and put his career on the line, knowing how many injuries he's already had at this point, to go out there and play for probably south of $5 million? Hey, man, it's tough. Now, Josh, on the other hand, plays in Vegas. It's a little different. He's going to get a lot more money playing in Las Vegas than he would in New York. Let me see. Yeah. People don't realize that when it comes to player money, think of their agent payments, recovery regimen. A lot goes into their, their training, their food, family asking for the world, all the drip car houses. They destroy their bodies for our entertainment. Salute. I crack up at how getting more media love. I haven't heard anything about Derek Carr. The only thing I've heard about Derek Carr is when he was still talking about us. I haven't heard anything about how he's looking out in New Orleans and none of that. I truly, really don't give a fuck either. But you see, $10 million is still $10 million for around 20 weeks a year at most. I work a full year. Don't get that, Jay. And look, I get it, bro. I get it. We all wish, we can make that kind of money and so on and so forth. But I'll tell you this though, Jason. If you were Saquon Barkley and Saquon Barkley was Jason Monroe, you would be feeling the same way as Saquon Barkley. You got to take your kicks off and put your feet in his shoes, bro, and understand that we're different. We're just regular people out here, right? And everybody. Football players are regular people, but they're pro athletes. They play a game that we loved growing up our entire lives. We played it our entire lives, but they took it to the next level, and now they're getting paid a massive amount of money to entertain us, especially a lot of us that didn't make it to the next level, right? We got to stop saying, I make this at, working at a hospital. I don't feel bad for him. You know what I'm saying? Because I've said that before in the past. I've done it, right? I've used the analogy of, guys working construction, going out and beating your body up, week in and week out. You know what I mean? But to a lot of people in the regular world, construction guys make a lot of money. They make a lot of money, but they also beat the shit out of their bodies, right? And I don't really see too many people out here feeling bad for guys that work construction. Let me see. Running backs may have to retire at 28. Come on, y'all. What the fuck? Yeah, there you go. Facts. Salute to everybody here in the building, y'all. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. We got 335 plus people in the chat. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that link up top. It's one of the best ways to support the channel. Become a member of the channel. OakLosVegas.com for the drip. New merch is up. And PlanetRaiders.com for everything Raiders related. Shout out to LV. Fuck it. I'm retired. Look, but you put your work in, LV. You put your work in. Now you can kick back, smoke cigars, and do your shit, right? Motherfuckers say construction workers do more work. Damn. Now that was something that I seen that was interesting, Mondo. They put out a report yesterday about how much money Green Bay made, right? Because I guess that's the only team in the NFL where the fans publicly own that team, right? They own it. So the figure came out of how much money was given to Green Bay yesterday. The NFL made $11.9 billion last year. That's tough. That's tough. And man, and think about this, right? I know some players that are retired that the NFL will pay for the rest of their life because of shit that they went through while they played football, right? This is something that's kind of weird to me. It's like this. Take care of the running backs now, because you're still going to have to take care of them later on. If they come out and they have issues with their heads, that like their bodies, they're going to pay a lot of these guys for the rest of their life. I know multiple players that's getting a check from the NFL week in and week out because they can't work regular jobs because of brain damage or because of certain situations, right? Pay these guys now. Pay the running backs. Pay them. I understand the market is the market, but at the end of the day, this is owners. You can set the market, right? You can say, let's take care of these guys. Let's take care of them now. Let's take care of them now. Let's stop lining our pockets up so much. But, it's greed at the end of the day. We know how this shit is. At the top of the food chain is where greedy lives, right? They're not going to say, I'm going to take $10 million less dollars in my pocket year in and year out to take care of these guys. Should they? Hell yeah. But at the end of the day, I don't know, man. I'm kind of tired of that conversation, man, because I can't do anything about it. We can talk about it all day. We can say that Josh Jacobs deserves the moon and that Saquon Barkley deserves the stars and that Tony Pollard deserves the sun. What can we do about it? We can't do shit. And unless something changes, unless these guys truly don't show up to camp and just say, we're not playing, and all these running backs take a stance and don't just tweet CMC, Derrick Henry, guys that have a lot of money this year that are getting paid massive amount of money, don't show up week one. If y'all want to help these guys, if you want to help Saquon Barkley, you want to help Josh Jacobs, and you don't want to just tweet, sit out with him. How about that? Dalvin Cook. Tell Miami, tell the Jets you're not interested. Sit out. That's the only way it's going to happen. That's the only way any kind of change can come. And to be real with you, it's not even a for sure thing that change would come from that. These guys just throw in another running back and run them ragged, right? But I'm just saying, Derrick Henry, don't tweet. CMC, don't tweet. What y'all tweeting for? What are y'all tweeting for? You know what I mean? In that little text thread, say, we all not showing up. We're all not showing up. And then you have something. But until then, yeah, it is what it is. Motherfuckers just be tweeting because they want to be a part of something. And they want to act as though, and I'm not saying that Derrick Henry or CMC don't care about the running back position, because I know they do. But it's like this. You're just tweeting to be a part of it. Is tweeting helping a solution? It's not. It's not. You're not finding a solution with tweeting. Are you raising awareness? Technically, yes, but you're not doing nothing. What are you going to follow up with that? Tweeting is what? Put some extra eyes on it. You're not really doing nothing. Not really doing nothing. If y'all want something, Derrick Henry, CMC, all these top running backs, Nick Chubb, come together. Go live on ESPN and say, we're sitting out this year. We're not taking this shit anymore. Simple and plain, we're not showing up. You understand how bad Tennessee, the Niners, and Cleveland would be? What kind of situation they would be in if they lost their top guys? Then the NFL they may be forced to do something like, oh shit, look, we weren't planning on Chubb not showing up. We weren't planning on CMC not showing up. We weren't planning on Derrick Henry not showing up. Shout to Raider man, NFL pension is $46K, and you have to play more than 4 years to be vested. Crazy. In the running back position, you'll be lucky, Raider man, to get 4 years out of your career. Shout out to my dog, Raider man. Salute to my dog, always supporting the channel. Matt Chatter, yes, I do know about the market value, but let me ask you this. Who sets the market? Who sets the market? Who sets the market? Who sets the market? Last I checked, when Jerry Jones went out and paid Zeke massive amounts of money, Dalvin Cook was paid massive amounts of money. CMC got that big deal. He was paid massive amounts of money. Derrick Henry, massive amounts of money. Who sets the market? Who sets it? The owners, right? They're the ones that set the market. So if you care about the running back position, then set it higher. Set it higher. And mind you, I've been an advocate of saying the market is the market. It is the market, right? It is. But if you want to take care of one of your best players, on your team, like the Chubbs of the world, the CMCs, the Derrick Henrys, the Josh Jacobs, set the market higher then. If you really care about that position, set it higher. They're not going to do it because they don't care. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. They look at it as an expendable position. A lot of people don't really look at free agency, how the linebacker position was taken care of. Look at the linebacker position. Look what the linebackers were paid in free agency this year. You guys, go look at that. Go look at that. I think TJ Edwards, right? He was like one of the most highly sought out free agents at the linebacker position for the Philadelphia Eagles. He was one of the first people off the board. Wasn't he like the first or second player that Chicago signed? And he got like $6.5 million a year. So for the NFL, right, to start making massive amounts of money, they're making more money than they've ever made in life. Ever. Like this is the most money the NFL has ever put together ever in life. So why are the running backs getting paid so much less? Why are the linebackers getting paid so much less? Two positions that are very, very demanding. Sometimes we have to look at it like this. As fans, we're like, just shut up and go play, right? That's a lot. A lot of fans. Just go shut up and play. You're making a lot of money to play a child's game that you love. Yeah, it's easy to say that. But when you're looking at what the owners are making compared to what these guys are making, and the owners aren't getting hit in the head 30,000 times a day, it's just tough, man. It's tough. It is. And then now you're looking at it from a situation of these quarterbacks, they're being protected more than anybody, right? There's penalty after penalty after penalty. Quarterback position this is the most it's been protected in forever, ever in the game. Overly protected, if you ask me, and they get paid more than everybody. They get paid more than everybody. It's crazy that people say that running backs are quarterbacks like security blanket, right? The running back, man, good quarterbacks always have a security blanket, a tight end position or it's the running back position. Well, pay these guys security blanket money. And this is what I'm saying, 209. I agree with you. The running back position is easily disposable now, but who made it like that? Who made it like that, 209? Because I've said it too. It's an expendable position now. You know what I mean? You bring in running back, you pay him his rookie contract, you get him out of it, you go draft another one. But who made that position so expendable? That's the thing, right? That like That's the thing that sucks, is who made that position that. Because Josh definitely deserves the world. CMC, the shit he did for Carolina, putting his body on the line week in and week out. Now playing for the Niners. Like, a lot of these guys deserve that bag that they get. But, let me see. Mad Chat, I'm not gonna answer any more of your questions because I feel like all you're gonna do is just push back with bullshit. So have a good day, sir. You know how some people it's just not gonna work. You can have a conversation with, you're like, oh yeah, woo, woo, woo. And the sky is blue, man. Fuck that, man. It's green. And they're gonna look at you dead in your eyes like, yeah. Let me see. No, Trey, this is facts. A lot of people definitely can. A lot of players can definitely run the rock. Bucky said, no, I get it. I'm not trying to piss you. No, I mean, bro, you're not pissing me off. We're having a conversation. I think it's a combination of shelf life, injuries, and abundance of rookie talent. Well, this is the thing. 209. Let me ask you this. How many carries, you guys, did Josh Jacobs average last year? How many carries? I know somebody got the answer for me. How many carries did Josh Jacobs average last season? I want to know. How many carries did Josh Jacobs average last year? Damn near 30, right? Okay. How many passes, not receptions, how many passes were directed to Davante Adams a game last year? I want to know. Because I know Josh had about 28, 29. Damn near 30. How many times was the ball thrown into Davante Adams' direction? Not talking about receptions. Talking about how many times a game did the ball go Davante Adams' way? Okay, Maul says at least 10 a game. All right, we'll just go with that. We'll just go with at least 10. Do we see the problem there? I think that's the problem right there. And I get it. The wide receiver position is highly looked at. It's looked at high, like favored way over the running back position. But that's your answer right there. LV, it's right here, brother. It's right there. Let me get these supers in real quick. Todd Gurley and Luke Kuechly might be reason. Hey, no, they definitely played the part. They definitely played a part in it. Raider Lux, this is facts. Kuechly with all the head injuries and concussions. Todd Gurley, we all know his story. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. I agree. Hard to justify the Jacobs price when Cook is wanting $6 million a year. I agree. It is, but it's because the market is the market, Larry, right? Do you guys know what Dalvin Cook was supposed to get paid this season? Right here, LV. You guys know what Dalvin Cook was supposed to get paid this season. I believe he was supposed to get $14 million with Minnesota before they cut him, right? because the market's the market, right? So I get it. If Dalvin's gonna take $6 million, he's just going off of what he has to take at this point. But I believe he was supposed to be $14 million. He's supposed to have $14 million this season to play for the Minnesota Vikings. So, no, thank you, LV, my brother. Oh, no, Aaron, I agree with you. The risk of injury is way higher with Josh over Adams. I definitely agree with you. And that's why I understand both sides of the coin. I understand both both arguments. I understand why they want the market to be around $10 million for these top guys. But I also understand why these running backs are saying, but I want 16 million, 15 million, 14 million a year. I understand both points. I'm just giving my take on the other side because most of the time, you guys, I come on here and I talk about the Josh Jacobs situation, and I'm like, I understand the Raiders. I understand them. But I most of the time, it sounds as though I'm defending the Raiders when I'm not. I actually understand both sides of the coin. And I just wanted to kind of give my take a little bit on this side, on the running back side, because people always think that I'm riding the Raiders' coattail and I'm always there right about everything. And that's not at all the case. At all. Let me see. I don't want to pay Dalvin Cook. I don't, Primos, I understand it, but I don't want to pay Dalvin Cook. I don't want to pay any running back. I see Leonard Fournette's about to go meet up with the Patriots. I don't want to pay any of them. If Josh isn't getting paid, then don't go out and get another one. What kind of precedent does that set? What kind of, what does that set? Nah, we'll let Josh go, trade him, and then go sign Dalvin Cook for $6 million. Like, what does that set? At the end of the day, the only way to go about this is saying we already got the young guys on our roster. We're going to go young. Why? And it makes no sense either to cut or trade Josh Jacobs, right, and pay Dalvin $7 million. He's older than Josh. The only way you're good with moving on from Josh is because you're going younger. That's it. You're saying, you know what? We got some young guys that we believe in. Simple and plain. That's it. We're not moving on from Josh to go get Dalvin Cook. We're not moving on from Josh Jacobs to get Leonard Fournette when this whole thing is draft a running back. What's his name? Matt, I forgot what his name tweet the other day. Matt, I forgot who it was. Pretty much along the lines of draft a running back, play a running back. You know what I'm saying? Once their contract is up, let running back go. Draft another running back. Makes no sense to go out and get another guy, older than him to come in and be that guy. Go with the young guys. If you're not going with Josh, who is still young, with 25 years old, be 26 in February, then just stick with the young guns. Shout out to Maul. At this point, the two most unbreakable records in sports are batting 400 in baseball and Emmitt Smith rushing record in football. Talk that talk, Maul. Talk that talk. I like that. Yeah, $6.5 million a year. If they paid Miles Sanders, if that's being paid, then okay, cool. $6.5 million. I think he's $7 million on the hook this season in his first year on his deal. $7 million, I believe, in Carolina. And that's why running backs are pissed right now, Chatter, because they think that's not being paid, right? Like Sanders, and he signed pretty early too with Carolina. Like he went and just went and got his deal. He left Philly, signed with Carolina, 3-year deal. I'm gonna say this: Miles Sanders didn't help the cause signing that deal. No, M85. I've said this a million times, bro. Bad teams draft running backs in the first round. Bad teams. Yes, you're going to get a few teams here and there that kind of break the mold, right? But bad teams draft running backs. Look at the Raiders were terrible. Drafted Josh Jacobs in the first round. The Giants were fucking terrible when they drafted Saquon Barkley. And look at their situation right now. Minnesota was ass when they drafted Dalvin Cook. The list goes on. Bad teams draft running backs early. I think the last team that drafted a running back that was a winning team in the first round was the Chiefs. Didn't they go get like Hilaire or what, something like that? Is it? And he didn't even pan out for him. No, I know you were joking. I'm just going off what you're saying. Yeah, Barry would have definitely broke that record. Dan, this is facts. He didn't give a shit about that record. He would have broke that. Trey, and this is something that I can agree with and disagree with at the same time. They said, we want you here, and we're going to pay you a nice amount of money to do it. But Josh is saying, I need guaranteed money. Take care of me. Yeah. Look, man, they went and got him whenever they went and got him. He was a late round pick or some shit. You know what I mean? And won the Super Bowl. And then look at this. He was a healthy scratch in the Super Bowl. And you know what's funny, Rudy? And this is, look, Atlanta's a bad team. And now Bijan Robinson's like the second highest paid running back in the league right now, and he hasn't played a down yet at the NFL level. That's what's so crazy. He hasn't played a down yet. He's one of the highest paid running backs in the league right now. And I think that he's absolutely going to be a dog for them. Absolutely. I think he's going to be one of the next guys at the running back position that is going to be absolutely take the league by storm. But once again, Atlanta, top 10 pick. Another bad team doing bad shit. Especially when you already have other guys. You know, you just drafted Tyler a year ago. You still got Cordell Patterson on the team. I think that Bijan Robinson was like a luxury pick for them. And as Atlanta, you don't have the luxury of just going out and getting like the shiny toy. Go get that pass rusher. Go get that offensive lineman. Go get someone that's going to help the young, protect the young guy. It's just another bad move by a bad team. Great player, love him, but like I said, bad team. Shout out to the Raider, man, my dog. Remember when mobile quarterbacks weren't getting a fair shot at starting? Now they're a hot commodity. NFL changes like the weather. Running backs are just their turn in the NFL wheel of what's hot and what's not. And it's sad to say, the Raider, but you hit it right down the head, my brother. It's real talk. Remember when mobile quarterbacks weren't getting a fair shot at starting? Now they're a hot commodity. NFL changes like the weather. Running backs are just there. Yeah, there you go. Salute to my dog, the Raider, man. Shout out to the Raider, man. Appreciate you, brother, as always, King. Yeah, Mo. Yeah, Kalijah Cansey right there. Go get you a defensive tackle. Go get you a stud defensive tackle. Go get you, you know, there was so many players still on the board at that point. You ain't got a running back. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. We just kind of just talking. We just kind of talking today, y'all. Wanted to talk about this so-called update. Vinny B tweeted out yesterday. Feels like Marcus Peters to the Raiders is inevitable. And shout out to Trey Ace too, man. He tagged Vinny on there and he tagged me and he said, Graphk has been saying this for weeks. And I put asterisk months, laugh out loud. And I see a lot of guys in the comment section trying to, yeah, we were the ones, blah, 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 blah. But and then Victor Fur, like I said, he put up a like a GIF where it's like that's it. So yeah. But I get it, man. I get it. You know, I'm just a little old YouTuber over here, just doing my little Raider YouTube shit in these YouTube streets. It looks as though Chatter, Marcus Peters will be signing here shortly, right before training camp or as training camp starts. Yeah, Steve, 10.1, and then the following year he'll get tagged again, and it'll be $12 million. So that's $22-23 million right there. Maul, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It may be Amik Robertson. It may be. He's made some splash plays for us last year, but I think he's out. You know what I mean? I think that they like Webb. They want to see what he can do. I think that they like Brandon Faison. That big body wide receiver that they'll utilize here and there. I think it may be Amik. Amik may be the guy that misses out. I think Duke Shelley's going to get, is going to have a roster spot clearly. I think David Long Jr. will be on this team as well, but he may be the other guy. If it's not Amik, it may be David Long Jr., even though I think they like him, the winning pedigree. He's won a championship with the Rams. I think they like David Long Jr. a lot. So I have him making this roster at this point, but it'd probably be Amik. He'll probably be the one on the outside looking in if we do sign Marcus Peters. Yeah, but Maul, and that's the problem, right? You can't teach measurables, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you can't add to Amik's game. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's a playmaker. He made some big plays for us last season. And he's still young, still on a rookie deal. But Marcus Peters, Amik Robertson. Bill, I can definitely see him playing inside and out this year. I think most of the time he'll be lined up as an edge rusher. I don't think he's going to, be there, half of his snaps, no shit like that. But we'll definitely see Tyree lined up in the interior of that defensive line, maybe in some NASCAR packages. You never know. But I think that he's predominantly going to be a pass rush on the outside. You know what I mean? There's a reason why Chandler Jones lost all that weight. Was it 15, 20 pounds? I definitely believe that Raiders want to put him outside linebacker a little bit and have Tyree play where he usually, where he's usually always played. But he'll play some interior. I definitely see him kind of shaking inside and out. They're going to want their best players on the field as much as possible. And I think that Tyree is going to be one of our best players, of the future, right? And so you want him out there taking as many snaps as possible. Move him around a little bit. Definitely. I definitely think he'll be in the interior of that defense a little bit. But I still believe they're going to utilize him as that outside pass rusher most of the time. Let me see. That's a huge question mark right now, Mike. Huge question mark is what is Renfrow's year going to look like? Huge. If he's still on this roster, which it looks as though he will be going into week 1, that's a huge question mark. Not a lot of people are talking about what they expect from Hunter Renfrow production-wise or any of that. How many reps I don't know. That's hopefully he does have a good year, man. You know what I mean? I know he's heard, all the rumblings and all the trade talk and all that other shit. Hopefully that lights a fire up under his ass, man. But that's a huge question mark this year. Yeah, I agree, Chatter. Edge is possibly the second most rare position. Tyree Wilson was a good decision. This is facts. Definitely. Let me see. Amik is a high-tempo player, game changer. I can see them holding on to him. Mike, they can. And I want to see Amik succeed, man. I want to. If you guys watched my channel when I first started this channel, I was very, very high on the Amik Robertson pickup. I was really high on it. I knew the measurables. I knew a lot of people were going to say, oh, he's too small to play at the next level. I was hyped about it. I was really, really hyped. Go back 3 years ago and watch my Amik Robertson videos. I thought he was going to be one of those guys, that was going to really, really, truly help us at the cornerback position. It just really hasn't panned out. You know what I mean? He'll have a big game and then he'll have a terrible game. You know what I mean? There's no real consistency there with Amik Robertson. Yeah, he'll make a big play, then he'll give up a big play. So I think what we see with him right now is what we get. And I know he's saying everything on Twitter right now. He's saying everything right. This year is going to be a big year for me, career year, and so on and so forth. He's hyping himself up because he knows this is a big year for him. You know what I mean? He's fighting for another deal. He's fighting for another deal, whether that's with us or with another team. So, you know, he needs to have a big year. I just don't know if it's going to be with us. Let me see. Chatter, I agree, bro. If you hit with Tyree on the outside with Maxx, even better if you hit with Tyree and Byron Young. If you get your defensive tackle of the future and your edge rusher of the future in one draft, man, that's a beautiful thing. But the thing that sucks is at some point they're both going to have to get paid around the same time. You know what I mean? And then you have to start looking at it from a standpoint of, and I hate to say this, but it's the National Football League, right? This is what happens. You know what I mean? In 4 years, you throw the fifth-year option on Tyree. So you got 5 years. And at that point, you pay him. Byron Young balls out. 4th year, you have to, you know, give him an extension. Then that's the point where you move on from Maxx. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, you guys. I know nobody wants to hear that, but it's just the league. By that time, Maxx is going to be 30, you know, 30 plus. And at that point, you got to look at moving on. So, that's what you have to do as a GM, you guys. Like, people don't tend to forget. People tend to forget how hard it is as a general manager. You have to look at it. Okay, Maxx will be this age, this career, you know, this 4th, 5th year. Okay, I'm gonna have to pay him if he performs. This guy, so on and so forth. Like, it's a whole thing. I would never want to be a general manager at all in the NFL. That is a very, 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 very tough job. You think head coach is tough? Imagine being a general manager saying, you know what, we're drafting for the future and eventually probably drafting our best player's replacement. Shout out to Darnell, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel, man. Salute, salute, salute. Welcome to the membership family, my guy. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Salute, salute to my brother Darnell. Yeah, Moneyball, GM, Docs, you know, as an A's fan, you know I know. You know I know. LV, I was just texting with our guy. I was trying to get him on before rookie camp started, man, but he was really, really busy getting prepared for training camp, man. So hopefully we can get him on here in the next few weeks. But now he's going to be ripping and running, so I don't know when the hell we're going to get Adam Plant on again. But I did speak to Jalen Richard yesterday, and he's going to be hitting me up today, and we're going to figure out a time and day when we do our live show. Shout out to our brother Jalen Richard. And I'm proud of him right now, man. He's going through his rehab. You know, he's got some, and I can't say nothing about any specific teams, but he's got some teams looking at him. He's coming off of a really bad injury, man, and he fought back. Shout out to Jalen, man. Shout out to Rocket. Shout out to Spook. My guy's out there cooking. I'm hoping that soon he can find another gig, man, to continue his NFL career. Let me see. If you draft well, you don't have to pay everybody. There's always a young up-and-comer ready to step into. There you go. There you have it, William. This is facts. Facts plus tax. Need to start Chris Smith from Georgia. Bob, I personally think he's going to go out there and potentially win one of those spots. I do, man. Hey, Merrick better watch his ass. Merrick better watch his ass at training camp. I'm telling you now, I feel like Marcus Epps is going to win that strong safety spot. Be very, very careful out there, Merrick, because Chris Smith may come in his rookie year and take that spot from you. Telling you now, Chris Smith may come in and take that job. You didn't perform well last year. You know, Patrick Graham didn't draft you. Chris Smith was drafted by this regime. Do not be shocked if Chris Smith goes out there and balls out at rookie training camp, you know what I mean, and then into preseason, balls out and takes one of those spots. I would not be shocked. Epps at free, Clint, strong. It doesn't really matter. I mean, these guys can interchangeable at both spots. I can see Epps at strong. I can see Epps at free. I can see Chris Smith as strong. I can see him at free. I can see Merrick as strong or free. You know what I mean? It's pretty much interchangeable with all those safeties that we have. Mike, I believe in Merrick too, man. I'm just hoping that he gets it together this year. Facts, LV. Talk that shit. Salute, salute. Let me see. So you got Chris Smith and Mary Clinton starting over Marcus Epps. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. I got what you're saying. I think that Palomar is going to be that guy. That's going to be more of that box safety, kind of role. I think that he's going to be very, very close to that line of scrimmage a lot this year. And I look, man, if he has any just inkling of what his uncle brought to the game, keep him close to the line of scrimmage. I remember we used to watch Troy jumping over centers week in and week out. Steve, I like that. He said Plant's coming on the show, Docs, after a 3-sack performance in preseason. Talk that shit. Someone's definitely going to sign Yannick. Chatter, definitely. Still can get to the quarterback. He's not a really great, run stopper at all. Doesn't really set the edge well, but he definitely can still get to the quarterback here and there. So someone's still going to sign Yannick. Palomar might transition to linebacker. Okay. I just kind of see him playing more of like that. What role was it? Like a Jabril Peppers type role where Jabril played under Patrick Graham in New York. Kind of role. That Jabril Peppers kind of role. That's what I think. Safety coming down, playing in the box. I think he'll play that role this year. They said he put on some muscle. And we shall see. I'm working on trying to get him on the show here shortly too. So we can definitely talk to him soon. Oh, bro, I got talk that shit gear. There's a lot of talk that shit on there. Got a lot of talk that shit gear on OakLosVegas.com. I'll put some more up today though, but there's some shit on there. I'm looking at it right now. OakLosVegas.com. It's been proven late round picks and UFAs are the hungriest compared to those drafted higher. Alpha, this is facts, man. I mean, play football your whole career. You dream of sitting in that draft room and walking up on stage and shaking Roger Goodell's hand. And, it doesn't happen. And you played your whole entire life to get to that point. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You're going to be upset. You're going to be mad. You're going to be frustrated. You know what I mean? Shit, definitely going to be the hungriest. Stay solid. It's going to happen this year, bro. It's going to happen, man. With Chandler Jones losing that weight, you know what I'm saying? And with Tyree Wilson being drafted, definitely, man. It's definitely going to happen, man. We're not going to be putting up 27 sacks anymore. You got to put up at least 40. LV, love you, bro. You already know. And I'll see you in a few weeks. Me and Tiff are going to be out there for the alumni party. So I'm definitely going to see you here shortly, my brother. Shout out to my brother Darnell, man. I have Shelley and Peter starting and Hobbs in the slot. Let's go. I'm not mad about that. Me personally, Darnell, I prefer Hobbs in the slot, but it sounds as though Graham prefers him on the perimeter. And, I've said this for years now since we had Nate Hobbs. Watching his tape at Illinois, gave up a lot of plays on the perimeter. He was very, very strong in the slot. And, they see something different, I guess. But me personally, I feel like Hobbs can be a top 3 slot guy in this league. Clear. But it sounds as though they have other plans. But would I be shocked if they put Hobbs in the slot? No. I'd be actually happy. With Duke Shelley on one side and Peters on the other, or Peters and Jacorian Bennett, I would love it. Salute to my dog, Darnell, as always. Whiskey and cigars are ready. Let's go. Oh, shit, the Raiders just dropped one? Let's see what the Raiders got over here real quick, y'all. Let's see what the Raiders just dropped. Looks as though the Raiders just dropped a video. Okay. The Rooks are now in the building, y'all. Let me get this out the way. I'm going to share this real quick, you guys. For those who do not have Instagram or Twitter or anything like that, let me show you what we got going on. Shout out to my brother Darnell once again on the $5 donation. All right, let's see what it is.
Beautiful morning. Nowhere else I'd rather want to be than right here.
Great day, man. Rookie support. Excited to get to work.
I'm feeling good, man. Ready to get to work with the guys.
Hey, yo, forward. Let's go. Great Thomas, baby. Let's get it. My boy got plant. Let's go,
baby. Let's go.
I'm excited, man. I can't wait till the video start dropping. Shout out to my brother Raider Q, man, for letting me know the video just dropped. Salute, salute, salute. Let's go, bro. It's time. Football is here, you guys. Football is here. Let's go, man. Let's get it. Man. Hey, real quick, man. Shout out to Angel. Went to OakLosVegas.com and bought an OLV foam trucker hat. I appreciate you so much for the support, family. That means a lot to me. Thank you so, so much. And it is fulfilled and will be on its way shortly. Yes, Jacorian Bennett is in the building. Let me see. He said, looking tired as hell. They live in Vegas, man. They live in Vegas. He has to show up. Is Tyree a no-show? I'm seeing a lot of people saying Tyree. They probably just, look, they didn't show him right now, so I don't know. But I know that he's been in the building a lot, you know, in the playbook and you know, and all that good stuff, working out and all that good shit. So I don't know. I don't know if they chose to not show him. Maybe they do something special for the first round pick. I don't know. We shall see. Shout out to Big Mo. Yeah, it is, though. It is a little strange, but Mike, we got to realize, man, our first round pick was coming off of surgery not too long ago. They're going to be very, very patient with him. There's no real football for another couple months, you guys. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, well, less than 2 months now, but, you know, I think he'll be all right. That heat will do it to you. Facts. Tyree got out there 5 a.m. with Crosby. Man, talk that talk, Steve. Rue says Tyree's gonna trying to beat Max by getting to work 24 hours early. Facts. First day, mostly meetings. Shout out to my guys in the building, man. Salute to everybody. Let me see. I'm excited, man. I am excited. Football is officially back. I think we're doing a Shieldmore show tonight too, you guys. So stay tuned for that. Once all the news and videos start surfacing about what's going on today, we're going to put together a live show with all of us on it to talk a little football because I know everybody else is excited and ready to go. That being said, you guys, man, I love y'all. I know we're still 320 deep in the building. Really nothing else to talk about right now until we start getting some stuff going. Salute to everybody here in the building. Salute to everybody that went to OakLosVegas.com and got some merch. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to all the new members. You already know. Shout out to all the Planet Raiders supporters. And you already know what it is, man. Salute to everybody that's just here with me. As always, we will definitely be back here shortly to talk some more football today. We're going to be doing 2-a-days. A lot, you guys, moving forward because there's going to be a lot more going on. 2-a-days, 2-a-day Graphk. You already know what it is. But I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. On the way out, wipe them feet and make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. We outro. One.
for the